All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to a roasting session with TMossBoss, and in today's video, I wanted to talk on. I really don't even know what to really consider him because I want to call him a content creator, but at the same time, it's like he ain't creating his own content. Like that's what confuses me about this guy, and he's so passionate about what he's doing. When he very first started, he was a content creator. Don't get me wrong, but now it's like you're doing an impersonation of another individual he is an actual content creator, but you're doing this like horrible impersonation of him, right? It's like some like Lifetime type stuff, like Sci-Fi Channel. Like it's one of those. It ain't even like on that level of like Sharknado or when Lifetime does like a real life documentary. It's just one of those like the worst possible sci-fi movie and Lifetime movie you can think of. That's this guy's impersonation of I Show Speed, the actual content creator. But this guy's name is WhiteBoyEm, and he's man. It's like I grew up with people like him, right? Where it's like it's a white kid that wants to be black so badly. And it's like, fam, you're doing fine being yourself. Being black, it's like it's not like it's a thing that we have by choice. Like, no, we were born with it. We live with it. But him on the other hand, it's like I don't get why he tries. I mean, all right, besides him acting like Speed, but it's like overall the way that he talks, knowing that he doesn't talk like that, knowing that he probably has some black friends at his school and stuff, but I honestly feel like that they're only friends with him just to clown him. Like, if he had a chance to actually sit down and listen to like what his friends be saying about him, I guarantee and I promise you, this guy, he would definitely go in probably one of the deepest depressions possible. And honestly, he needs that humbling experience. Like, I'm not saying that on some like stuff where it's like I hope something bad happens to him, but I just want some like for him someday to realize like you carrying on the way that you're carrying on ain't gonna get you anywhere in life. It's only gonna get people laughing at you, hating on you. Like, the thing is, it's crazy that you was already like a nobody pretty much on YouTube. Like, if I'm gonna be blunt, he was a nobody. All right, a lot of us are. I'm a nobody when it comes to YouTube. I'm not afraid to admit that. But the fact that you've became even more of a nobody, like honestly, sit down and lay this stuff out on the table, right? You was already a nobody, but at least you was aiming to be somebody. If you would have continued doing what you was doing, you was aiming to be somebody, right? But you decided you had two routes. You had one route of just continuing doing what you was doing, or continue being I Show Speed, right? Or acting like I Show Speed. You went down that route. Don't get me wrong, it did well for your YouTube channel. It did well for you. Like, you had people talking about you. You had people, overall making videos about you. Like, you was getting some engagement with your content stuff, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, bruh, nobody is going to remember you. They're only going to remember, oh, that was the guy that acted like I Show Speed. But you can come out with the most dopest video of all time. You can come out with the most dopest song of all time. You can do everything possible, right? Everything possible. You could come out with like a video game. You can do whatever that you want to do. You're always going to be known as the guy that acted like I Show Speed. That's your career, bruh. Like, and it's sad because he's dug himself so deep into this that there's no way for him to turn back unless he can prove everybody wrong, right? He turns back, all right? He goes and he stopped acting like Speed. He just does his own thing. So then at that point, now I feel like that he's started himself all the way back at like, just like the beginning of his content creating career, because that's where he was already at. I feel like when you do things like that, you're backtracking at this point. Now you got to start all the way from the beginning. But that's the thing, though, where it's like people ain't going to really mess with your content because now they're going to see it as like, oh, well, he's not being cringy anymore. He's trying to be like a normal person. Well, that's not interesting. That's not entertaining. So now, now what do? It's like here's what I personally think was gonna happen. All right, he's gonna continue acting like I Show Speed, and eventually, most likely, it's just he's gonna just give up one day. I mean, either way, I feel like it's gonna be the same thing where it's like he gives up regardless. But I feel like he's just gonna continue acting like I Show Speed, make as much money as he possibly can from it, and then eventually just quit. Or he's gonna try to, stop acting like I Show Speed, do his own content, realize that it's overwhelming and it's too much work for him, and it's not gonna be, he ain't gonna be able to do it pretty much, and he's gonna quit regardless. He's gonna quit, and it's sad to see that from that young man. And it's like, bro, you literally have your whole life ahead of you, and this is how you want to be remembered, where it's like you don't want to have an impact in the world yourself, like whatever your name is. You want to have an impact on where, hey, it's okay to impersonate people. Like, you're pretty much like a Las Vegas Michael Jackson. Like, you're not like the actual, like, from where is Michael Jackson from? Like Indiana or something like that, wherever he's from. But you're not him. Like, you're just one of those like street performers pretty much. So it's like, dang, bro. I never thought that with like content creating that we will get street performers as content creators. I mean, like when you see an actual street performer and they got some sort of like something, they got something, they're able to entertain people. But him, on the other hand, it's like you're entertaining people but in a way where it's not benefiting you. Like, I guess in a way it is, but at the same time it's like here's just overall being real with him. This is gonna really affect your mental health. Like, this is like me being dead serious is like possible and stuff. And this is like myself, who I am outside of content creating, but this is me talking to him, not the content creator, him as an individual, because I know he's not carrying on like this outside of YouTube videos and stuff. Like, he probably gets himself caught slipping a couple of times, but overall, he's a normal person. But this is me talking to him, right? At the end of the day, you're not going to be able to do this for the rest of your life, all right? You're going to have to come up with something. And if you don't come up with anything now, like he might have a game plan. We never know. We never know what the future holds for us and stuff. But if it doesn't change, all right, as soon as possible, eventually it is going to get to a point where content creating isn't what you want it to be. Like, because I feel like he's a teenager. I feel like every teenager goes through this with content, especially if you get into content creating at a teenage, age and stuff. But when you become a content creator at that age, you're doing just whatever. You're just testing the waters. And even I like know myself where it's like there is videos that I did back then that I was not proud of, but I did manage to get to it in time before it got out of hand. And I'm like, okay, I don't want this to be my legacy. I want my legacy to be something else. So yeah, that's why I'm this like content creator with all these different YouTube channels and all this crap, because I'm like, I'm not that type of person where it's like I'm not going to copy people. I'm not going to be somebody that I'm not. It's sad though. It's sad to see somebody carry on like that. And he in his head most likely thinks like, hey, this is okay. Like, I can continue on with this. But at the end of the day, what I honestly think is that he's just going to crash and crumble when it comes to content creating. So, WhiteBoyEm, I wish you the best of luck with content creating, but overall, I don't think it's gonna last. That's just my personal opinion, especially on how he's carrying on and stuff. So, but anyways, the thing is this, like, overall, if I could give him, because I don't want it to just be where it's like I'm just being this negative and not giving him any advice and things, but it's like overall, it's like I would like to hope and think that he would take this advice. If he doesn't, it's like, this isn't coming from somebody that's like, I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful, but it's like, I'm trying to tell you how you are. Because like, at the end of the day, it's like, I could have seen his content before he was trying to be like I Show Speed. I could have seen his content about like, hey, he's just another good content creator. And it wasn't like his content was bad. That's the thing that confuses me, how it's like a content creator will have good content, but then they turn around and just start doing some bad stuff. And it's like, what are you gaining from this? So like, you have what it takes to be a good content creator. Everybody has what it takes to be a good content creator. But if you carry on like that, it's like, fam, imagine if you were, being yourself and then somebody else has started copying you. Where they was all like, they had their name like yours, they had the setup like yours, they played the game like, you're gonna look at them like, okay, this individual is weird. Like, I don't know what they got going on and stuff, but I think that's what it really needs to be, where it's like he just needs a taste of his own medicine. And once when he sees that, then it's like, oh, well, that's when I'm doing the ISO speed. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay, so yeah, let me just go ahead and stop. But yeah, if he doesn't do that, then yeah, I honestly don't see his career lasting that long. So, but anyways, and that being said, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Also, if you were purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.